You are listening to the Hiking Radio Network, where we talk the walk with shows by hikers about hikers for everybody.
This is the Hammock Hangers Podcast, where we hang out and talk about everything from hammocks and hammock camping to the group hangs from around the country.
Hey y'all, welcome hammock enthusiasts and chill seekers. Welcome to the Hammock Hangers Podcast, the coziest spot on the pod waves. We are your go-to source for all things hammock related, from laid back tales to tips and tricks on finding that perfect hang. So grab yourself a drink, kick back in your favorite hammock, and let's swing into some awesome discussion. This is where relaxation meets conversation, and it's going to be one comfy ride. So let's get into it. Hello, everyone. Now, welcome back. It's since we've gone to like this 2-week long kind of every other week. It feels like forever since we record. And for those of you who haven't heard his sweet, salty voice yet, Paul is back with us. Hi, Paul.
What is up, everyone?
So, so we're going to kind of update you guys on what we've been having going on, and we've got some really great information to share with you as far as stuff going on in the States, stuff going on with HangCon, and just some cool stuff that we've got personally going on. We've got a lot of really amazing and exciting things coming up in the next few months, and we're really excited to share them with you guys. So let's hop into it. So one of the things that we really like to do, as you guys know, is we love to get information out about some of the hangs that are happening across the country. And now, since we're kind of into this full swing of hammock camping season, some places it's not too awful cold. In Florida, it's getting a little, it's getting a little roasty.
It's starting to get there.
Yeah, it was like 87 here today, and the humidity is getting up, and the pollen fairies are in full.
Oh dear God!
Don't
even talk about the flame freaking pollen. My cars are yellow.
Yeah,
right now.
It's pretty bad, and I think this is the week when we were out at recess. This is the first week that I've really started to feel the humidity kind of creeping back in, and it's just like, ugh.
That is a positive of working the third shift.
That is true.
I don't have to deal with that.
That may be literally the only advantage of working the third shift.
There's a couple. They're weird, but I mean,
they are weird.
There's not having to travel in this horrendous Florida traffic, and also, I mean, I don't know how it is over in your area, but over here in Lake County, you do not want to go to Walmart. I mean, I think that website, peopleofwalmart.com, I think that came from Lake County.
I think I pretty much avoid Walmart at all costs. I think a little part of my soul dies every time I have to go into a Walmart.
The only time I go into Walmarts is for work, because that's what we have the contract with.
Gotcha.
It's terrible.
So let's talk some hangs. So this past weekend, Juan, Florida hanger, actually did a hang out at one of our favorite places, Hidden Pond. And I haven't talked to him and see how it's gone. He's probably hanging out there right now. But unfortunately, I didn't get to go out this weekend. My daughter's birthday party was today, so I had about 15 kids hanging around at the house today. But they were out hanging out in the Ocala National Forest. We do a couple of hangs out there throughout the year, so make sure you check Hammock Forums for the next one. He usually has one at the end of July, which he calls the No Undercold Hang. I have not attended that yet because Florida is the least place that I want to be hanging in July. I don't even exist in Florida in July because it's hot.
It is miserable.
It is miserable. But he also does a normal one usually out there in the end of September, which is actually was my inaugural hang. That's the first hang that I ever came to, and that kind of got me into hammock camping, and it's probably maybe planted some of the seeds that blossomed into this lovely podcast as it is today. So so check that out. Up in the PA area, Maha, the Spring Maha, will be April 19th through 21st. And check out their Facebook group and also on Hammock Forums. They've got a good new location that's kind of able to accommodate them a little bit better as that hang has grown. We really love to see these hangs bringing in more people. It does, as Paul and I can attest to, it does necessarily complicate things when we kind of outgrow a venue, and finding a venue to house, over 100 people is not the easiest task in the world. So props to Vicky and Dutch and that whole team of keeping that going and finding a new location for that hang to go. We'll eventually make it up there. But yeah, so Maha will be April 19th through 21st. Another smaller hang, two other smaller hangs that are coming up. The Spring Hoosier Hang, which is going to be in Indiana, is the weekend of April 26th. And you can find information on that on Hammock Forums as well. Also, our good friend Adam and the SoCal Hangers, they're going to be doing what seems to be their anniversary hang, May 2nd through 5th, and that's going to be in San Bernardino National Forest out in California. So, man, I would really like to get out there for that one. However, the first weekend or first week of May is our testing season, and we'll just be coming back from a little trip around that time anyway. So don't know if we'll make it out there this year. Well, I'll just spoiler alert, we won't be there this year, but we definitely would like to get out there and hang with those guys. But yeah, check out hammockforums.net and also some of our Facebook groups. And if you know of any hangs, drop us a line, and we would love to shout out your hang or some of the hangs that you know. And we always want to see more people come to these events as they're growing and really encouraging that community that comes from really the only place you can find is at a hang.
Let's take over the world.
Your 5-year
take over
plan.
The whole world with 5-year plan.
5-year plan.
Just take over the whole world with hammocks.
Yeah. Now speaking of taking over things, I have acquired some new gear, so I'd love to talk about that. I know you've got some new gear coming down the pipeline as well. Yep. How about I will defer to you first, and so let's talk about some of the extra stuff that you have acquired or in the process of acquiring over the next couple months.
Okay, so I do know that Corey from Majestic Hammocks has a special build hammock that he's doing for me. I still don't know 100% what it is. It's going to be a surprise. It's one of those things that, hey, this is my height. This is, make me something. And he asked me colors and that I liked. And so I have no idea. I just got a message from him today. I think it was yesterday, today. Everything's running together. Saying that he only has a couple more before he gets to mine, and that it's going to be one of a kind.
Just like you, Paul. Just one of a kind.
I know. Thank God for that, right?
Just remember, you're unique, just like everyone else.
Yeah, right. but yeah. So I can't wait to get that because I know you heard me at HangCon whenever
you were set. You were set.
Yeah.
They were crazy comfortable. They were very, very comfortable.
So I cannot wait to get that. But I got that, and then of course I have to order me a new underquilt as well. I'm lacking on underquilts. That's what I'm lacking on. So I've got to get a couple more. So I think I'm gonna be ordering, because I've got to get it fairly quick because of what we're gonna be talking about here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
So I gotta have one fairly quick. So I was looking on Hammock Gear's website, and they got some of the ones that are in stock and everything.
Yeah, they've got a sale going on right now too.
Yeah. So I'm fixing to be ordering order me a new 20-degree underquilt as well.
So are you like when you order your new gear? I know you're a bit more like neutral tones as far as color and things like that. Is that kind of what you're kind of stay with? No hot pink and lime green for you?
Well, with polka dots, it's got to have purple polka dots.
Polka dots, okay.
Polka dots.
All right, Adam, you hear that? Let's make that happen, please.
Yes, bright neon pink with purple and lime green polka dots.
Oh,
that would
man.
be awesome. That would be awesome. But yeah, see, I don't want to do that because then you would want to steal it from me. You have the matching top quilt, don't you?
I mean, hey, I love color. I love color. I think that was like one of the biggest drivers for me getting into some of the DIY, because I remember early in the hammock, cottage vendor space, especially like War Bonnet. So when I was really looking into getting a legit hammock and breaking away from the Eno one link system, I was looked at an XLC because they kind of just came on the market.
Right.
The Blackbird had been out for a while, but the XLC had like just been released, and it frustrated me so much because at the time the only colors that Brandon offered was like army green and brown, maybe black.
And see, those are the colors that I like, though. I mean, I
know. You like your kind of like
the more woodland
colors.
Earth tones.
The earth tones, yeah. I kind of,
with the exception of, I love the orange as well, which, I mean, I guess that could be an earth tone.
Yeah, not the shade of orange that we usually use.
No, not usually. Either the burnt orange or the hunter safety orange.
Yeah, I really like the olive green with a bright neon orange kind of accents. That's kind of like my go-to kind of combo right now. I don't know, I just like that, or like the woodland camo, like my autumn ultralight or autumn outdoor gear juniper is woodland camo on the outside and a blaze orange on the inside. Is also the color combination of my banyan as well,
right?
Or one of them.
Yeah, see, I've had a couple of things in that same pattern.
Yeah. So a new underquilt, pink with purple polka dots. Okay. And a new majestic hammock. Corey does awesome job with that. So some of the new gear that I've acquired. First thing is something that I am not short of, but I just couldn't resist. I did hop on the Turtle Bug Kickstarter. So I did not have to abandon my students in order to do so this year, because it wasn't like a timing thing. And I actually ended up doing it right after school. Hopped on there and did my order, and I got the.
So you're not one of the first ones?
I was not one of the first ones.
Oh man! So you're gonna have to sit here and watch online about everybody getting theirs in, and waiting.
Yeah. I'll sit and watch and comfortably watch from the comfort of my hive.
You know the way around that, don't you? Just on a daily basis, like clockwork. Send Kristen a message.
Are they ready yet?
Has my hive shipped yet?
Yeah, I already messaged her once.
Daily.
Hey, just check it. Is my turtle bug done yet?
I saw that. You done that in our group text.
I did, yeah. So she's like, so it's begin. Yeah. So yeah. So got
that's what she texted. I don't think that's what she said.
No, I'm sure that's not what she said at all. But bummer. Kind of an inside joke that we have with Yobo, but yeah. So one of the things that I am kind of lacking on, and when I say lacking, I'm not really, but it's one of the things that's, if I were to say I was lacking on something, would be top quilts. I've noticed in the last few years that, last few years, I really mean the last year, my toes definitely need a lot more, warmth. And I have a few 40 degrees that I use on a regular basis. I have a Hammock Gear 40 degree that has the cinch foot box, and that's great for most of the camping that I do here in Florida, just because it works really well.
Right.
But for me personally, I love a top quilt that has a sewn foot box.
That's all I get.
I
have one that has the drawstring, and that is the my 40-degree Loco Libre with the up.
Right.
But that was one of his prototypes whenever he first started doing the up installation. And so I have that one, but most of my others, all of my other ones have the sewn foot box.
Yeah, I think I ordered the Hammock Gear quilt that I use for, most camping. I think I got it used. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got it used because I don't think I've ever ordered a top quilt with a cinch foot box.
Right.
But I'll use that till, I don't know, 50 degrees. And it's not because the quilt itself could not go down to 40. It totally can.
Right.
But my feet does not like the draft. And I got one of the plugs. I won't say what I normally call it, but kind of the plugs that go in that little cinch circular crevice, and that has helped a little bit. But I don't want to have to deal with it.
My toe will always find that damn little hole.
Yeah, that draft will always cut right through. So I ended up ordering a 30-degree top quilt from Loco Libre. Because again, George quilts are amazing.
You don't have any of those either, do you?
I do have.
Do you have?
Yeah, I don't have any top quilts, but I have.
Okay.
I have two Ridge Reaper under quilts, and they are amazing. Amazing. Yeah. If I was like to nitpick on anything with that quilt, I wish it was literally 2 inches longer than what it was. But again, that's nitpicking. Sometimes like the bottom part of my heel will find just the edge of that quilt because I don't know. But that also could just be the way that I'm hanging it too, and how I am hanging in the hammock, and it's fine. It really is fine. It would be really nitpicky. I think I enjoy George's Ridge Reaper better than my full length Lynx underquilt from War Bonnet, which it's also I have no problem with the quality of the quilt. It's just I really like George's suspension a lot better than War Bonnet's. But that's fine. War Bonnet, the hammock that I'm sleeping in is a War Bonnet, so. But I'm also working with Chad at UGQ, and we're kind of putting together another top quilt as well. I've always loved UGQ stuff, and for some reason, I just haven't acquired any. So working with Chad, and we're going to try to fix that. Another crazy thing that I am going to be ordering from him here the next couple of weeks or so, once paychecks get in and money can be moved around. I want a Scully really, really badly. It's a piece of gear that I've wanted probably for the last 10 years, either from him or Black Rock Gear. And since Black Rock Gear is no longer a thing, and they have brought them back, I've totally got my eye on a down Scully.
I got one.
That's great.
I have one.
Sure you do.
Warm.
Yeah.
Warm.
It's I really like it. I think I really would like it.
I was actually on UGQ's website looking at the quilt on there.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think I would be able to get one in time for what we got coming up.
So we've hinted at a few different things that we've got coming down the pipe, and so we'll share some of those. We are in the process of updating our logos a little bit. Some of you guys may have seen us post some kind of previews of some of our HangCon logos and some of our Hammock Hanger podcast logos, which, is great. I'm really excited about our Hammock Hangers podcast logo because it doesn't have my fat butt on it. So, I mean, luckily I do like the picture, but Paul, what I love about that picture the most is it's a really good picture, and you can't tell just how big my butt is in that picture because my butt is still supersized in that picture. That was pre shrinkage.
Yeah.
So, and normally the pictures that you show me of myself pre-shrinkage, I was like, you need to burn those to the ground. But
I've only got one other one.
Yeah,
and
that
one just looks
burned to the
that
ground.
one just looks bad because it's you before pre-shrinkage next to Matt, which is like a freaking beanpole anyway.
Yeah, he's like a 12-year-old girl.
I mean,
like he is tiny,
right? So
he's also feeding me bacon, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look.
I got pictures and video.
Oh man! But so yeah,
don't ever get on my bad side.
Yeah. So we're working through some of our logos and our design. We're in the process of redesigning our website as well. So that hasn't gone live, and that won't go live for a little bit. So, but we're in the process. We're also pontificating on
pontificating.
Pontificating. Look it up. It's a great word. I know words are.
I don't
normally pull out fancy smancy words, but I do love this word. We are pontificating on ways that we can better give us access to hammock and hammock adventures through video. And I would love to make some videos on just some hot how-tos, maybe little shorts. I know like the Tic Tac right now is kind of big. And it's a platform that I'm not on, surprisingly. I just haven't, I don't have anything against it. I just haven't had time to. But making some short videos there and maybe even doing some trips and doing some things along those lines. I've talked about setting up our HangCon hut and doing a trip with like 4 of us and just documenting that.
Would be fun.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I'm really interested to see how that work and how I would fail at that. I can just imagine the catastrophes that may happen. I'm really like jonesing for like a camping trip too. It's really been bad. But like I'm jonesing for like hiking. Like I want to go hike.
So am I.
So, but yeah, so we got a lot of things. Some new guests that are coming on that I'm really excited about in the next few weeks. We just got to land some time to record with those folks. I'm really excited about the conversations that we've got going on. We are actually going to be attending some other functions. We have an event, a bushcrafting event at Indian Springs State Forest near Ocala. The first weekend in April. Good Lord.
My God.
April. I know. For those of you who don't know, it is midnight right now and we are recording. So
where did October even come from?
I don't know. I'm thinking about Fall Sprawl. I guess. I don't know. But yeah, so we have a bushcrafting event that we will be attending the first weekend in April.
Yes.
So I'm really excited about hanging out with those folks. They came to HangCon this year, and he's trying to build floor bushcraft a little bit more, and I'm just happy to be able to plug in and drop my 2 cents. I'm probably going to be running a suspension and ridgeline demo there as well, and also just hanging out and talking to people. We might do some recording while we're there. We've got some other HangCon friends coming in and hanging out with us, and it's going to be a good old time.
Yep.
And now for our biggest thing that we've got going on.
Dun dun dun.
And I'm sure some of you guys have pegged up on this. We've mentioned it in passing a little bit with a few comments, and there's been some other stuff on social media going around. But yeah, so this HangCon Europe is happening. And we have been so graciously offered from our friends from Denmark, Lars and Christian, and they are bringing us to Denmark the last weekend in April for the Denmark Outdoor Festival that they run over just outside of Copenhagen, and we are going to be helping put on kind of a HangCon Europe at this event, and really trying to establish HangCon Europe as a solid event over in Denmark. And if you talk to Paul, we might be all over the world the next 5 years, because y'all know his 5-year plan. 5-year plan.
5-year plan.
Yeah, Christian and Lars just like enabled you. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have no clue.
They have no clue. Yeah. But yeah, so we have been kind of geared up and trying to figure out holes and things like that. So we both had to get passports.
That was an exciting journey right there, buddy. Let me tell you.
Yours was significantly more so than mine.
Yeah.
The extent of my excitement was I had to fill out the paper probably 4 times because it has to be perfect. Like, you can't like scratch things off. It has to be literally perfect before.
Well, I done mine. I downloaded it and just edited the PDF of it and then printed it out.
I should have done that, but I did not. I got like 8 copies from the public library because I was there tutoring anyway. So I just picked up some, and then I messed like 4 up. So I brought them back. And
did you misspell your name?
No, I forget exactly what stupid things that I did. I may, because words are hard, I may have put my first name where my last name was supposed to go because they switch it back and forth. Who knows?
Did you spell Pheonix right?
Yeah, I put my trail name on my passport. That sounds like a great one. But yes, Dawn, she filled hers out, the first time through, and she's good to go. And then we went to our little appointment at the clerk of courts, turned that in, and we were pretty much good to go. We did expedite, and we got our, I want to say within like 2 weeks, maybe 2.5. They said 2 to 3 weeks, so I guess that's par for the course.
Yeah, I expedited as well. Of course, I had to, because when was it? Last Friday? I think it was last Friday is when I finally got all the information that they wanted gathered up. I don't know why they needed half that information. I wanted to forget half that information. But anyhow,
it's a family show, Paul. It's a family show.
I know. That's why I said anyhow.
So yours is on its way.
Yes, it's on its way.
So awesome. So we're going to be getting our plane tickets and going, and this is going to be a new experience for you, Paul. So you have never flown.
Never.
Like ever.
Ever.
Like not even domestic flight.
No.
I am super excited that you get to I get to be with you when you pop your cherry.
Didn't we just say this was a family show?
Yeah. When you pop your flight, when you that takeoff, like I'm going to die. I'm so glad that I'll be with you. But now, I will full disclosure. I'm not a huge fan of that either.
What? Flying?
No. I don't mind flying. Actually, I'm excited about flying because now my big butt will actually fit in a chair, and I don't feel like that I'm like Jabba the Hutt over the entire seats. So, I'm slightly looking forward to that experience. Although, like, flying is, it shouldn't, but because flying is really safer than driving, especially in Florida.
Right.
Yeah. I've flown internationally one other time. It's a long flight. And I think we'll end up probably flying out of Tampa, and I don't know. I don't know if we'll fly from Tampa to Copenhagen, or if we'll fly from Tampa to either Dulles or JFK and then over. First time I did it.
Where are they at?
DC.
Okay.
Or New York.
Gotcha.
So I was kind of hoping and looking at like tickets and things like that, and I was like, oh man, if I had like an 8-hour layover in like London. Like that would be great. Just get in and like run out and see London for
That would be
just a
neat.
little bit. However, the only like cities with like long layovers were like New York and DC, and I'm like, I'm good. I'm good. I really don't like DC. We were there this past summer, and
You ever been to New York?
so I the one other time that I flew to Italy back in '99, the last century ago, we came back. Yes, we came back and we landed at JFK, but I have never
Okay.
been like in New York City.
The most I've been is whenever after I'd done my hike and brought the bus back home. The bus went through New York, and that was one of the changes.
Oh, okay.
And everything, and yeah,
I'm just not a big
was
city
an experience.
person. Like
I'm not either.
But yeah, so we're gonna be looking at that and the packing. Like
yeah, I don't even know how to pack. I don't know. I don't even know what to expect. I know from what I've heard, each flight, depending on the airline, is different on what has to be checked and what is, what you can carry on and all that stuff. I have no clue.
Yeah, I mean, luckily most of our gear is pretty good. My wife has had a lot of questions, and I'm trying to like act cool because I was like, oh well, it's just like any other vacation. Like it's just a trip. We're just traveling farther. When in reality, that's probably not the case. You don't have customs or anything come through, and we're going to.
I mean, what happens if you have something that you're not able to? I mean, can you just not take certain things on the plane with you? Can you check
I think there's
anything?
there's a lot more restrictions on things that you can bring on your carry-on.
Okay,
but on your check bag, I'm sure there are some restrictions, but as long as it's under, I want to say 50 pounds. And there's, some
and not something explosive or flammable or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some like size requirements in there as well too. But I know like 50 pounds is kind of like the benchmark weight. I'm not packing my spreader bars for my Ridge Runner in my carry-on.
We could throw Matt in a bag then and take him.
We could
as a carry-on.
He could be an overhead bag, definitely. Just crammed him in, just toss him up there. But I mean, I'm really just geared up and waiting for the dates and things that we're going to be camping, because that'll just be kind of the big thing.
So how are you going to get to the airport? Are y'all driving your truck and you're just going to leave it there while we're gone, or is somebody taking you? Or
with Tampa. Tampa, we could probably. I mean, depending on when we fly, you never really want to ask someone, "Hey, could you take me to the airport at like 5 a.m.?" But I mean, with us being right here on the Sun Coast, like Tampa Airport's like an hour away. So we might have someone take us down and then pick us back up. Just so we don't have to park a car. Parking a car at an airport for like a week, like we're going to be going, it's crazy expensive.
Well, it seems kind of sketchy too. I mean, especially Orlando and Tampa.
Yeah, I would rather give someone like $100 to just drive me down and drive me back.
Yeah, I don't know if I would trust leaving my vehicle. I mean,
yeah,
I've been to Tampa. I'm in Tampa right now. Not a huge fan.
There are nice parts of Tampa.
There's two smells down in Tampa, and neither of them are pleasant.
Oh, me. But yeah, so we're gonna be over there. We're gonna be recording our podcast. Depending on what our internet capabilities are, we might be interested in checking out doing a live stream while we're over there. I definitely want to do a lot more videos and really showcasing the hammock experience over there versus over here. So just given the exposure of the Danish Outdoor Festival as well as HangCon to people on this side of the creek, we're going to be doing some demo classes. Again, running my Ridgeline and hammock suspension demo classes. It should be interesting. Although I do hear most of the people from Denmark are very fluent in English, which is great because I really don't want to have to teach something through Google Translate, which is good. I did find out something. So, and this might be just my American coming through, but there's a difference between in Denmark they do not speak Dutch. They speak Danish.
Okay.
For like the longest time, I was just like, oh, they're Dutch. I mean, I need to learn Dutch or need some phrases in Dutch. And then we have some friends that are from over there. They're like, well, you could, but they speak Danish and not Dutch. Like, oh, the more you know. The more you know.
Yeah, from what I've read though, I mean, like 85% their second language is English. So,
oh, that's fine. That's pretty much the same case in America too. So
that's true. Well, I don't know. I think it's a little less over here.
Maybe a little less.
Yeah, it looks like I mean, looking at the website, so the website for the festival is DanishOutdoorFestival.com. If anybody wants to go and check it out, it's from, let's see, the 2024. Yeah, want to make sure I'm on the right thing here. Is from the 26th to the 28th of April. Don't even ask me to pronounce where that is because I would butcher it.
Yeah, the Danish language does not work anything like English.
Yeah,
so
and I mean, yeah, I'd
they
probably
got some weird
sound like
characters
a mix between Spanish, English, and it still wouldn't be right. But from what Christian and Lars was telling us, there's something like 12,000 plus people that come through on this event. They have a butt ton of vendors all set up through the area where the event is held and all that. They do have overnight camping and everything over there for those that want to. And as far as I know, it's just like HangCon is over here and everything is free.
Yeah, so yeah, the camping is free.
Don't know if they do the meals and stuff like that, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be, yeah, even my 5-year plan couldn't accommodate making meals for 12,000 people.
That's a special slice of scrapple. So Dawn asked me tonight. She's like, "Are you gonna have scrapple in Denmark?" I'm like, I don't know if that's really a thing, but I think we should, if all possible, bring midnight bacon.
I'm sure they have. Yeah, we might be able to. We'll see what they got over there. I mean, I've tried looking up stuff to see. I mean, for the most part, it looks like they have the burgers and hot dogs and normal type foods. So I'm sure they have. I doubt they're gonna have scrapple. Normal people don't do scrapple.
I did wear. I'm wearing it right now.
Do you still have the one on your truck?
I do. I haven't taken it off.
I'm assuming Jason still has his too because he actually liked it. He actually said he loved it. I think he wanted another one, a second one. Actually,
I wouldn't say that I enjoy it, but I'm also too lazy to take it off.
Well, I did climb up on the truck and put it in an area that's not the easiest to get to. Yeah. As well,
but I am wearing my Scrapple Appreciation Society shirt right now, and when I went to go pick up the pizzas for the birthday, I just got out of my truck. And the guy's like, "Yeah, I like scrapple too. It's actually really delicious. I'm from up north." And I'm like, "Yeah, man. Yeah."
That's gross.
You're just a hater, Paul. You're just a hater.
It's gross.
So yeah, we might try to get Christian and Lars on the podcast in the coming months. I don't know if we'll get them on before we go to Denmark. There's another gentleman that is kind of the overseer per se, kind of like leading the hammock hanging area. I am glad that we are not doing that. We are mainly over there to enjoy the event for this year and
check it out.
check it out and run some classes and look American and look pretty. I guess.
We do have some of our vendors from over here going over there too.
Yeah. So well. UGQ, they're going to be coming over.
I think Adam from Hammock Gear.
Adam from Hammock Gear.
And
man, hanging out with those two together are a hoot.
It's going to be a trip. And I'm like 90, I want to say somewhere between 95, 96%, fingers crossed, that Dutch and Fee are going to make it over there as well. I've been talking to him.
Awesome.
And then I think Tensile, I've talked them into going possibly setting up over there as vendors, which that the Denmark HangCon is a little closer for them than Florida was.
Yeah.
But they did, when in the midst of talking to them about the Denmark festival, I think that they are going to be coming over here next year for HangCon 2025.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
So we'll have a new vendor set up and everything, and from the UK, and displaying more of their stuff.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to meeting and networking with some of the vendors that come over there and seeing, just, hey, how can we make this relationship work for us across the creek?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be talking to a lot of the vendors over there, because, just looking at this list that they have going on here of the different vendors and everything, there's going to be a lot.
Yeah, I think overall, yes, I'm excited about, HangCon going to Europe. I'm excited about traveling. I'm really excited about going and seeing just a different culture, different way that people live, different experience camping in a different environment completely. I was a little bit hesitant about the language barrier, but from more and more that I read, that's really not really a thing.
I got Google Translate on my phone too, so I'm not 100% worried about it.
Yeah, and
I speak English and people look at me like I get three heads.
There's that. But so words are hard. Words are hard no matter what language you're on.
I'm used to people not being able to understand me anyway, so.
And we do a podcast, so.
I know.
Shout out to all the 15 people that are listening right now.
people may have to have some sort of translating device to listen to us.
Absolutely. We do get a lot of downloads and stuff from Russia, so maybe not a lot, but we get a few.
We get a few.
It's all those bots.
A few from all over.
But so really looking forward to just seeing a different part of the world. If you have the ability to travel, I think that's one of the greatest gifts that you can give yourself, is to go and see something completely new. I know traveling, it can bring a lot of anxiety to a lot of people, because it is something new, because it's something unfamiliar. But if you can allow yourself to get away from that, traveling and seeing something completely, for one, outside your comfort zone, being around people that are different than you. And you can even do that in the United States. Traveling and seeing people out west, it's a slightly different culture. You could almost say that going from Miami to Tallahassee, just here in Florida, are two very different places.
You think?
Yeah, a little bit.
All you gotta do is go to Orlando.
But I just think about more and more of how I thoroughly enjoy traveling more and more the older I get.
Sure.
And just being able to see just new places.
That's what Deanna and I have talked about as well. Liam, he's fixing me going off to college, and then it'll just be me and Deanna. And we've talked about, doing some cruises and going to different countries and this and that, which I'm bummed that she's not going to be able to make it to
Yeah, I'm kind
Denmark
of bummed that Deanna's not going to
with
be able to
us.
come with us either.
She has that surgery that's going to be just before we get back because she screwed up her rotator cuff. It's all jacked up, but it's messed up. So she went to the doctor after finally, setting an appointment and finally getting in and everything. So then had to go and have an MRI done and then go back to the doctor. And then, of course, because of insurance, they require, they had, she had to get a cortisone shot first. Okay. Even though the MRI showed that she had a major tear, she has bone spurs, she has where the bicep muscle joins in up there at the shoulder area, that's messed up. There's like 4 or 5 different things wrong. And even though the doctor is able to look at it and see, hey, this needs surgery. I guess per insurance, she had to get a cortisone shot. Well, of course, cortisone shot ain't going to work. But now, since she got the cortisone shot, she has to, per insurance, has to wait X amount of days before she can have the surgery because she got a cortisone shot.
I have no nice things to say about insurance.
Yeah, I don't either. Legalized thievery. But that's a different podcast. So
that's a different podcast. I agree.
Anyhow.
But yeah, so we've got the Denmark thing coming on. Really excited about that opportunity. I am kind of putting some of the final touches on our summer trip that we're going to be taking this summer. That hopefully I'll be chiming in a couple times through that, either through the podcast or maybe by video. Maybe
when are you doing that? When does that trip start?
So our trip this summer, we're going to actually start a little bit earlier this year than we normally would. My in-laws are expecting a new baby in the end of May. I want to say they already have a date of May 17th, I think that's what it is. So okay. Our last day of school, I want to say, is the 31st, which is actually our anniversary. But I think we're going to be leaving that next week and going up to the Ball Ground, Georgia area, and really you can see the new nephew, and really making a jumping off point from there, leaving there and almost making a beeline up to New Hampshire. And I'm going to be talking with Chris Duffy, since he's up there, maybe some different places to check up between New Hampshire and over into Vermont, and then culminating at Acadia National Park in Maine. So even saw some post on the NEHA group about possibly doing some sort of hang during the summer. So, if that works out within our schedule, maybe going up there and hanging with those guys. Yeah, absolutely. It's always a wild ride. And again, we're taking the camper, but I'm going to be bringing my stand so I can hang while I'm there.
We're taking our stands to Denmark, right?
Yeah. So, I'd love to take my hive, but I'm not. So the cricket will definitely be.
Why aren't you taking the hive? What?
It's too big. It's just too big.
I think Kristen and Cal said that you can.
You could, but I would have to pay for another carry-on, and I don't want to pay for another, or not another carry-on, another check bag, I don't want to pay for another check bag. So, which it looks like the tree situation over there is pretty spot on. So we might not even need them, but I'm definitely bringing some gear to kind of showcase some of our other smaller cottage vendors. So I'll be hanging those off. I won't be taking those.
It'd be nice. Stands. It'd be nice if Cal would let me borrow that carbon fiber one. Hint, hint. Calvin.
That would be very, very nice. But I'll definitely be taking my regular cricket just as a backup. And
yeah, I'm gonna take mine as well. I
yeah.
could. I mean, if you take your cricket, I could take the Freedom. I guess
you could.
That way we got two different ones over there.
Even if we had, at least one tree between your Freedom and my cricket, we could hang 3 hammocks off of one tree.
Right. Yeah.
But I would really don't think we'll have an issue finding trees.
I don't think so either.
Mine is just more for like display and showing off, and showing people the yobo stance. It's gear.
That's why
we stand behind it.
I'll think about it. Decide. I mean, if you're taking your cricket, yeah, I may take the Freedom, just so we got 2 different ones.
Yeah,
over there.
I'd have thought about taking the Tensa 4 as well. It's really gonna be a matter of how much gear that we can pack, and I'm kind of bummed out because I can't take as much gear as I take to HangCon, which is an enormous amount of gear. And so we just have to.
Tensa 4 though.
What's that?
How heavy is the Tensa 4?
Oh, it's a little bit heavier than the cricket. It's a little bit bulkier, but I mean, it's not anywhere near the Tato stand or the hammock stands. So. Okay. It's definitely doable as far as a carry-on. I'm not a carry-on, but a check bag.
You just want to carry everything on, don't you?
I have a hard time going light because I get really excited about my gear and like I want to bring all the things to show all the things.
Yes, and we can't do this the same as our HangCon over here.
Yeah, no, I can't fly with an entire trailer.
With a trailer? That would be funny. The trailer kind of.
Yeah. I wish I could. The one piece of gear that I will not be taking that we normally take on our trips is I wish I could take my Blackstone, but alas.
If we took the Blackstone, we'd have to take Travis with us.
There's that.
They go hand in hand, don't they?
Yeah, Travis is not going to fit in a carry-on though. Matt, yes, but Travis, not so much.
Travis, no.
Oh man, but yeah. So we've got some trips coming up. We've got some events coming up. So we've got a full docket of things coming up. So definitely be checking on our Facebook page and for updates on events and hangs and all sorts of catastrophes that we may or may not get into while we're up there.
You can follow the HangCon Europe Facebook page now too.
So you can hop over to HangCon Europe. We're working with them to maybe get a new logo so it doesn't look exactly like our HangCon Florida one. But again, that's all in the works. In the works.
I've already temporarily changed it anyhow.
I'm looking forward to it. This is a really great opportunity that Christian and Lars have given us, and I'm really excited to see just how camping is different. So it's going to be a good time.
Yep. And so, is there anything else? I don't know if there's anything else, AJ.
I think we're good.
I think we covered everything.
All right. Well, and that's the wrap for this week's episode of the Hammock Hangers podcast. We hope you have enjoyed hanging out with us. And Paul, thanks again for coming on and taking a break from your third shift slumbers.
Man.
To come back on.
Yeah.
I hope we can do it again soon.
I tell you, it gets rough. I mean, we can't just pop one in the middle of the week anymore.
We can't just pop on in the middle of the week. So if you don't hear Paul for the next couple of episodes, that's why he's sleeping. He's sleeping. Or no, you're working usually while I'm
working, sleeping. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
He's not available. He's not available. Now, before we go, don't forget to hit that like button if you've enjoyed our episode today, and subscribe to our podcast for more episodes that will keep you hanging on the edge of your seat. Stay connected with us on all of our social media to keep the hammock conversations going. share your own hammock adventures, and stay updated on all things hammock related. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search for the Hammock Hangers Podcast. Thanks for tuning in, hangers. Until next time, may your hammocks be cozy, your views breathtaking, and your relaxation uninterrupted. Happy hanging, everybody.